Hi everybody, Cynthia here. Let me adjust my camera. I'm back to share a Pinterest inspired project that I do with my friend Misha at ScrapsandThings1. Hi Misha. I will post a link below this video to her channel so you can check her out, show her some YouTube love, and get some more inspiration. This week we were supposed to do a layout inspired by a sketch on Pinterest. And this is the sketch that we found, and we absolutely loved it. So we're giving it a try, and this is how mine turned out. Try and turn it this way for you guys so you can see it. Okay, so this is mine, and this was the sketch. And I love this layout. It is so pretty. Whoever did this sketch, it did an amazing job. So anyway, you start off with 2 circles. I used some white paint and splattered white paint on the purple 12 by 12 sheet, this dark purple strip here, and then these 3 circles here. I have a 4 by 6 photo mat here, and I think this is a 3 by 4 if I'm not mistaken. I did write it down because I'm actually going to show you guys in this video how I put this one together in case you want to create one yourself. Let me see. Yeah, the small photo mat measures 3 by 4, and let me see if I can grab a photo. There we go. Yeah. So when you put this on, you put it on so that you can slide a photo behind it on this larger mat here. Okay, so you have 2 nice areas for a photo. I made these flowers, and I showed you guys how to make these flowers in a previous video. And if you haven't seen that yet, I'm going to post a link below to that so you can head on over and learn how to make these. They're super simple, but they're so fun and pretty to make. And then I have some twine here and some leaves and some like vine leaves. And then I stamped family over here. So that's how mine turned out, and we are going to get started on how to create yours. So I have all the papers here. Alright. And let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is make your flowers, okay? And then let those petals dry. Okay, so cut out your petals, spray them, let them dry, and then put them together, and then set them aside. After that, I used a 12 by 12 sheet of violet lavender cardstock, like a light lavender, and then the purple strip and the 3 circles I've already paint splattered, but I'm going to give you the measurements. You're going to need 3 dark purple circles, or whatever color you guys choose, and these measure out at 1 3/4 inches. And then this strip here that's still drying from the paint splatter, this one is 8.5 by 1.5. And you're going to want to paint splatter those and then set them aside and let them dry. The next thing you're going to want to do is paint splatter your layout. So basically what I did, I still have paint on my brush because I just got done doing some. You're going to want to put a little bit of paint on your brush and kind of tap it out a little. You really don't want it too much paint on it, or you're going to get a big blotch when you first do it. Hold it up from your layout, and then I usually take something else and I just knock it with that all around. Get a little bit more paint. And you basically just keep doing this until you get the look that you desire. You want a lot of splotching just keep on going. If you don't want a whole lot, just do a little bit at a time. And once you have your desired look, you're going to want to set that aside and let it dry. So for now, I'm going to stop the video and let this dry. And when it's all dry, I'll be back and we'll put it all together. Okay, I'm back, and while some of those other parts are drying, we're going to put the rest of this together. So I'm using for my family sentiment this lilac ink. I'm going to stamp that out. I hope you are all having a wonderful Mother's Day. All you mommies out there, and any mommy to a fur baby out there like me. I have 2 cats, and they are my kiddos. Besides our hubby, right? Okay, I'm just going to cut this out. And then on this, let me show you this here. On this one here, I basically, if you can see the shimmer in the stamp, I used my Jelly Roll pen on that, and then I used an orange Jelly Roll pen here to make 3 dots in here. So I'm going to do that really quick. Shimmer one. There we go. Oh, that's my white one. I do that a lot. Here we go. And just color that up a little bit. Thought it might be fun to just show the process of this, because there's a lot of us out there that still love really making layouts. And I know I have a lot of newer subbies to my channel, and I figured this would be fun to do. Okay, so I got the shimmer in that. Now I'm going to cut a little tail, make it into a banner piece here. Alright, and I'm just going to glue it directly to my cardstock, and then cut out another banner piece, and we'll add dimension to it once we put it on the layout. And I'll trim this up here. There are so many beautiful layout sketches on Pinterest. I'm sure there's other ones other places as well. You could probably put it into your Google search bar and find some amazing ones out there. And I'd love to give them all a try, you know? Okay, so that is complete. I'm going to cut a piece of foam tape and put it on the back, and then we're going to set that aside to really dry nice. Okay, so I do have my 2 pieces of twine that we'll be putting underneath the leaves and the flowers, and my twine is basically about 28 inches a piece, and I got it on a big roll like this from Hobby Lobby. So cut those 2 pieces. We're going to set that aside. And then I showed you guys this die before, but I cut out these leaf branches. So I have 2 of those. I set that aside. And then I have some of these green leaves. Just from one of the dies that I have in my stash. I think I have 4 of them. I hope I have 4 of them around here. Might have lost some. Oh, there it is. Lost one in the mix. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside. And what we're going to do is put our big circles together first. So I have a dark lavender circle as my base, and then I have a peach colored one that goes on top. So the large lavender circle measures 10.5 inches, and then the large peach circle is 10.25. Put a little bit of glue on that. And center it. So we have about 1/4 inch of the dark purple on the showing on the edge. Okay, so now we have that one complete. Then we have our white cardstock strip and our pattern paper that's going to go on top. So the white cardstock strip measures 10.75 inches by 1.5, and then the piece we're going to layer on top measures 10.5 by 1 3/8. And basically it's measured so that a little bit of white shows around as a border. Okay, so this piece is all done. We're going to put our photo mats together. So our large photo mat white piece measures 6 1/8 by 4 1/8. Then the pattern paper that goes on top measures 6 by 4. And for the layout, I used one of my fancier corner punches. And this leaves a nice white border as well. And you could leave it like this, but I decided to round my corners. So we're going to do that. It's nice to get all of this done, and then all you have to do is put it together. Okay, so the next size mat, the smaller one, your white base measures 4 1/8 by 3 1/8, and then your piece that goes on top measures 4 by 3, and I punch these corners out as well. Drop my rag. There we go. And then round the corners for this. Okay. That is complete. And now I'm gonna put it together. So the paint splattered 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock is all dry now. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna get this out so we can all see this one finished. We're gonna put our circle on the 12 by 12 sheet, and you wanna make sure you center it so that there's the same on all edges showing of the light lavender. So let me put some glue on this. Gonna flip it around. Okay. Then I took my large pattern piece and I laid it on here, making sure that I showed some of the circle over here. It's basically all about balance. Then you're going to want your paint splattered lavender piece to go on top of this, and you want to leave about an inch of the pattern piece on the bottom here and about an inch on the top, and you also want to center the edge of this piece here in the center of this piece, just like that. About an inch on the bottom, inch on the top, and it's in the center. Okay. After that, you want to lay down your 4x6 photo mat, and basically I used this as a guide, and I lined it up on the bottom here. And then your next piece, same thing. You're going to want to overlap the edge a little bit, but you're going to want your photo mat to line up along the bottom. Okay, so you should have something that looks like this. And I usually lay my layout out on the mat first before I glue anything, because I really want to make sure I have it in the spots that I want it. And then I started with my circles here at this last photo mat on the bottom, and I just laid them out and overlapped them. You want to overlap them just a little bit. Okay, that looks pretty good to me as far as balance goes. This is going to go up here. I really, really like the look of this. I may pull this out a little bit further. Maybe not have that in the center so much. Okay, so now while everything's down, what I go ahead and do is just lift it and add glue. Lift it up, add glue. If I like exactly where it's laying and how it looks, I go in and I glue underneath. Press those down. Those are nice and steady. Now this photo mat is going to get glue. Put it all up underneath. Press that down. Now, the only thing I'm going to lift up is this one again. Okay? These are nice and centered. I'm going to lift this up a little bit, put some glue under there. The only place you don't want to put glue on this is under this side here. You want to leave enough room so that you can slide a photo underneath. So basically, I'm just going to put glue on this edge and lay it back down. And then we'll lay our circles down again, starting with this one. I'm overlapping them a little bit. Okay, pull this off and put my sentiment up here. No two layouts are exactly the same, and that's what I love. Okay, so these I'm going to break apart, and basically I'm going to lay one out here, and I think one here, and I like how that looks. I'm going to take my flower and lay that up there. Maybe put a green leaf this way and one this way. I kind of like that. Okay guys, I think that's how I'm gonna do it. So let me put a little bit of glue there and a little bit under here. And I don't want to glue all these down because I like they have some dimensions, so I'm gonna glue the spine of the vine down. I'm going to do the same here. A little bit of glue and lay that down. And lay that down right there. Now, as far as my twine goes, I basically have some hanging out down here, made a loop, made another loop, like a figure 8. I'll do it again. Make a loop, come back down and around, make another loop. So those are my two big loops. I might want to make two smaller loops here. Okay, basically like that. Looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna lift my flower a little bit, shove this in, see if I like it. If I like the side loops I made. Yeah, I do. I think those look pretty good. So at this point I get my tweezer. I'm gonna put some hot glue underneath this flower where I just shoved in all that twine. And I push it in under the flower and push the flower down and pull off that hot glue string. Okay, so I have one down here, up here I should say. And then again, I'm going to take apart my flower and leaf vine here. So I'm going to put one this way. This nice tall one I'll probably put up this way. And this one I'm going to set right here, I think. Okay, and this is where you get to play around and see what you like. Let me grab my flower, put that on, put a leaf here, and I think one leaf hanging down. Yes, I like that. Okay, so let me lift my flower again and put a little glue under that leaf and this vine. I am going to go back and check on Pinterest of who, if anybody has it, if there's a name of who did this sketch of this layout on there. And if I find it, I will post a link below because I love this layout and they are amazing. And I need to totally give them credit for it. Okay, push my flower down. And again, we're going to take that twine, have some hanging here, make a loop, make another loop like a figure 8, then I make a smaller loop here, another figure 8, smaller loop, have the twine hanging out almost like a double bow. Let's see where we want to put this. Lift my flower, put that underneath, see how that's gonna lay. I like it. Gonna add some hot glue in here so I don't burn my finger. I'm gonna use my tweezer, kind of push that in and lay my petal back down, pull off any glue strings. And then at this point, I kind of go in and say, okay, it's a little long. Don't really want it to lay there. And I do want this to lay up further. So I'm gonna add a little bit of glue to that twine and hold it down. Same thing here. A little bit of glue to the bottom side. Hold that down. Whoop. Better hold it more than a second, huh? And I may do that up here too. I may glue some of this down so it's not poking up so much. And I definitely want to make sure everything is going to stay real nice where it's supposed to. Oh. Okay guys, I think this is pretty much it. I may go back and really, you know, glue some extra pieces down and make sure it is on real nice, but that's the layout. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you give it a try, have fun making yours. If you do, let me know. I'd love to see a picture. Come over and watch a video on your channel, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Take care and happy crafting.